Alright everyone, so update 3.4 has been data mined. That means we know the creatures that could be coming in that update, and if you want to know all of them, there are 9 creatures, so stay until the end of the video to figure out all the names of the upcoming creatures, the new non-hybrids and hybrids. But first, I gotta get into a disclaimer because this is a data mine, so there is always a chance that data mined information could change or not come in the game at all. So don't level or do anything based on information found in this channel until it's confirmed by Ludia. First up, we're going to get on with our first out of the 9 creatures, and that will be Crichtonosaurus. So the description for it reads, this ankylosaur is named for the writer who started it all, Michael Crichton, the author of Jurassic Park. So that's a bit of fourth wall breaking on the end of Jurassic World Alive, you know, they're just naming the writer of the novel. But I don't know, I find that interesting. So I think Crichtonosaurus doesn't seem to have a hybrid in this list of data mines, so I'm going to assume it'll be an Omega. And the other one I assume will be Omega. We'll get to that too. The second of the 9 creatures is the Sinraptor. Despite its name, Sinraptor is not a dromaeosaurid, but a member of the family Metriacanthosauridae. So let's hope that this guy doesn't end up the way Fukuiraptor ended up, right? Because we know Fukuiraptor was a Megaraptorid, and it got used on the velociraptor model. So hopefully Sinraptor actually does get like a Tyrannosaur model and not just a raptor model. So hoping for that. But next up we have the Plateosaurus. This is the third of the 9 creatures we're going to go over. So let's read its description. This so-called prosauropod was a bipedal herbivore resembling an early form of later quadrupedal sauropods. So very interesting. It does have a hybrid, the Plateopikasaurus. So let's get into that and we'll go over what I think the ingredients might just be for this guy. So although the behavior has not yet been observed, many DBG experts believe the 4 claws of the Plateopikasaurus may be opposable, allowing it to grasp and manipulate objects. Now, for those wondering, Plateopikasaurus, obviously it's got Plateo in the name similar to Plateosaurus, so it will be part Plateosaurus, I do assume. And then Pikasaurus, well, Pikasaurus has really only been in one other creature's name, which was the Gigantspinosaurus, which is a legendary. So I assume, you know, if it's going to make this, it'll probably be a unique creature, hopefully not an apex with Plateosaurus being a new ingredient. But yeah, there's that. So Gigantspinosaurus, you know, get your Notapatosaurus DNA ready, get your Amargasaurus DNA ready. So yeah, I assume they'll probably, like, you know, add over some features from the Gigantspinosaurus to Plateosaurus. And I do think Plateosaurus could be a new model, you know. When you look at the creature, the pictures of it, it does look very different compared to what's in the game. Who knows though, could be anything really. But next up, another non-hybrid, the last of our non-hybrids, the 5th creature we're going to go over. That would just so happen to be the Gigant Spinosaurus. So its description reads, this giant spined lizard discovered in China is remarkable for the large shoulder spines it used to guard its flanks. Now, keep in mind, this is not a Giganotosaurus and Spinosaurus hybrid. This is an actual non-hybrid creature. It is a stegosaur, but it does make a hybrid, which would happen to be the Gigantspinoceratops. So let's read its description. This is the 6th out of the 9 creatures that we have. So its description reads, although the size of, I believe it's meant to say Gigantspinoceratops there, by the way, dorsal crest may change throughout its life. Its real distinguishing marks are its bony spines. Spines near the neck grow as the creature ages, and their size may represent status within the herd. Now, this is quite clearly a hybrid, and if you don't know what it's made of, I think it's kind of obvious. Well, the gigant part, obviously the Gigantspinosaurus, but then when you've got Spinoceratops, which is obviously already a hybrid in the game itself, which is made of Sinoceratops and Spinosaurus Gen 2. So, you know, get your Spinoceratops right. It shouldn't be that hard. The ingredients are pretty easy for that. But obviously, the new Gigantspinosaurus DNA will be a bit more challenging to come across. Whether it's, you know, common, rare, epic, who knows? It could be legendary. I hope not. But I mean, actually, it doesn't really matter too much. We'll probably be able to find it anyway eventually. But yeah, that's Gigant Spinoceratops. I hope it's unique because the rest of the creatures seem like they could be apexes. So let's move on to the apexes. So what we have here is our 7th out of the 9 creatures we're looking at today. So Concatoloch. So its description reads, this predatory hadrosaurid hybrid uses the auditory signaling of its crest to deceive other hadrosaur species, drawing them into its hunting range. So Concatoloch, let's theorize what it could be. Obviously it's going to be an apex because Concato comes from the hybrid Concatosaurus, which is a unique, so guaranteed this thing is going to be apex. But Oloch, there's many things that end in Oloch. You know, we have the recent Atrocimoloch, Turomoloch, Paramoloch. There's a ton. So, you know, I mean, if it's made out of unique legendary, but we know that there have been unique apex hybrids. So really it could be anything. But, you know, I think it's super cool that this is going to be like a predatory hadrosaur. I think it's just a cool spin on things. But yeah, I'm excited to see what it looks like. Let me know if you guys are too in the comments below. Now, next up, we have Panthera. So let's read its description. This is the 8th out of the 9 creatures we're looking at. Sa is the Tibetan word for the modern snow leopard. However, Panthera more resembles the mythical snow lion of Buddhist tradition, the emblem of Tibet and protector of its traditions. So Panthera, in it has Panthera, so I'm assuming it'll be related to Panthera blithiae. It could be like an apex raid where it's a non-hybrid and you have to get through raids, but we haven't really seen any new raids. It's just been more repeat raids this year ever since GMC's been in control. So I mean, if it is a raid, then that's cool. But it could also be a hybrid. So obviously Panthera blithiae already got its hybrid with Pantherator. But is it too soon to make an apex out of the Pantherator hybrid? Who knows? I mean, if it is something else, it could be a Constrictoraptor hybrid, because that's got DNA of the Atrociraptor called Panthera, but they never normally name creatures after names that they're given. They'll normally call it like Constrictoraptor, whereas that's Atrociraptor instead of calling it Constrictopanthera, right? So who knows? I mean, it doesn't really necessarily hint that it's got another ingredient in it. That's why I think it could be an apex raid. But then again, you know, maybe it's a combination of both Constrictoraptor and Pantherator. So we'll have to wait and see what it's made of. But let's get on to the last creature on the list. That is Dracosaurus Lux. So its description reads, the solitary Draco Lux is believed to only exhibit its full bioluminescent capacities when threatened, drawing opponents towards its most dangerous asset, its powerful crest. So with it being Lux, there's only one thing that doesn't have a hybrid that's a Lux, I'm pretty sure, besides Hadros Lux. Let's ignore that because Apexes, I don't want them to get hybrids yet. But I do believe it'll probably be made out of Strachosaurus Lux. And if we're fusing non-hybrid uniques together, right, I think it might make sense for the other component to be Dracovinator, you know, just because that's one of the other non-hybrid uniques. So it makes me wonder, could we get a hybrid between Ceratosaurus and Nemingia eventually? And, you know, if it's not Strachosaurus Lux or Dracovinator, what could it be? There's many things, you know, like Draco Rex, Parasaurolophus Lux, you know, maybe even Parasaurolophus could be an ingredient for this. But yeah, that's about it of all the 9 creatures. Do you think all of these will appear in update 3.4? Me personally, you know, there's only been 8 creatures in updates recently, so this could be a step up, but we got to remember there was Nyctosaurus revealed last time for update 3.3, and that did not come in the game at all in the Datamine. So, you know, that's why we've got to read the disclaimers at the start of the video. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, make sure like, comment, and subscribe. You know, are you looking forward to any of these creatures? In the comments below, let me know, and I'll see you all later. Bye, everyone.